happening, guys? It's Bharat call for iGyaan. Today we're checking out the Sony Xperia ZR or the ZR, depending on where you're coming from and how you pronounce the Z or the Z. It is priced at about 30,000 rupees in the Indian market. The MRP on the box on the back side states a price of 30,999, but it's actually available for under 30, depending on where you're coming from. So the price turns out to be about actually $550. The price of the dollar is really killing the country right now. So it is kind of shrink wrapped over here, sort of Apple style shrink wrap. So let me quickly get rid of that. It's actually like a cling film sort of thing. So out with the shrink wrap. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through these seals. And that's about it. And let's see if I can open the box up for you guys. So there you go. The first thing inside the box is the Xperia ZR. I'm going to put that aside for the time being. Going further in, you can see the set of accessories. You have the micro USB cable, the additional ear tips for the in-ear earphones, which have a gold-plated 3.5mm headphone jack, and you have the battery over here, and you have the Sony charger. You also have the standard set of documentation. So nothing special inside the box that we need to talk about. What we need to talk about is the ZR. So let's get into that. So we're looking at the front of the device over here. Let me quickly get rid of the front protection. And you have a 4.55-inch LCD display over here. Now this is a 720p display, so 1280 by 720 pixels. You also have a 323 pixel per inch density. It is a 10-finger multi-touch, and you have a shatterproof coating on the top. So that means that this is going to get scratched easily. So it's good that you get a screen protector. Or you should buy a screen protector for this device, because the shatterproof coating gets scratched really easily. On the front you have a VGA camera, which is quite strange because on the back you have a fantastic camera. So you have the Sony logo over here, a VGA camera, a couple of sensors, and I'm hoping 3 capacitive buttons on the bottom over here. If you look at the right, you have the dedicated camera button, the volume rocker, and the power lock and unlock button. On the top you have a covered door for the headphone jack, if I can get it to open up. Slightly tricky, these doors. So that's your headphone jack. On the left is also a door that hides your micro USB charging data syncing port. And on the bottom is the main microphone along with the lanyard connection point. On the back is a fantastic 13 megapixel camera. And Sony's noticed that it tells you to properly seal the back panel. You can see an LED flash and the NFC logo on the back as well. So once you remove the back panel, which is slightly difficult to do, you will see that it has a nice rubber seal on the inside that protects the battery, and it has a cutout for the rubber seal on the back as well. You can see the micro SD card tray is over here, and your micro SIM card goes just underneath that. I'm going to pop in the battery. The battery, incidentally, is a 2300 milliamp hour battery, so that's fantastic. Now with the ZR, Sony says that you can do video underwater. Make sure you seal this phone up properly, because if you don't, water might leak in and you might destroy your device. So make sure the back cover is properly sealed. Let's power it on. And I'm going to move forward so that I can start up this device, show you a quick look at the interface. So you can see Timescape over here. You can quickly swipe through 7 home pages, a total. You have 5 right now. You can add another 2, I believe, and that's it. Yep. So total of 7 home pages. You can set up your home screen, add widgets, apps, wallpapers, etc. Pull down from the top, you have the notification panel. Pretty standard. You can jump into your settings over here, go into About Phone, check out Android 4.1.2 out of the box. Hopefully Sony will give us Android 4.2 really soon. You can see we have a standard Sony style dialer. You also have Sony Live, which gives you all the Sony infotainment on your phone. So you get CID, Kaun Banega Crorepati, all those kind of things. You also have Sony Music Store, which gives you access to Sony Music, which is over here. So that is fantastic as well. So if you like listening to music on the go, you have that option as well. Let me quickly connect to the internet and show you what websites look like on this, especially our website. What I would like to bring to your attention is this blinking LED light at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is a notification LED. It shows up at the bottom because the battery is kind of low. I don't know if you guys saw that over there. It shows up at the bottom. So almost like the Sony Xperia L, you have this light at the bottom. Let's load up iGyaan.in. In the process, you can also see the keyboard, standard Sony style keyboard. You can customize it, change the color, etc. I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. Let me load up iGyaan.in real quick. So let me come back to the keyboard in the meantime. I believe that you can go into the keyboard settings over here. You can also change the appearance and skins. So if I can go into keyboard skins, I can change to a darker keyboard and take a look at that. You can see the website has been loaded up pretty fast and fantastic. Scrolling is really fluid, standard Sony style. Pinching in is also fluid. Panning is slightly tough. Okay, pinching in and panning is good. You can still move around. If I rotate into landscape again, the device seems to be performing just great. Coming back to that keyboard, let me go into messaging. I'll show you what happens once I change the skin. So I have a darker keyboard now versus the light keyboard that I had earlier. So all those things, standard Sony settings. The last thing I'm going to do, guys, is take a look at the app list and then play a YouTube video. So you have the standard set of things here. You have utilities, calculator, backup and restore. You have Neo Reader and a download section. You have Sony Walkman, Sony Album, which is a gallery replacement. And you have Sony Movies, Sony Select. So all these apps sort of like Sony's way of saying or customizing their interface. You have Vice Pilot for Xperia. You have Play Now, you have Track ID, which is like Shazam. You have Movie Studio, sort of like a movie editor. You have Smart Connect to connect with your Xperia devices. You have an update center to get all your updates. Lots of apps. You have App Extra, Xperia Link, Office Suite is pre-installed, PhoneClay is pre-installed, LinkedIn, McAfee Security, X4 Player, Evernote. All these apps are pre-installed. WhatsApp is also pre-installed. So a lot of things that have been pre-installed over here. I can also tap on this button over here to go into the camera, dedicated camera shutter button. We have a 13 megapixel camera and you can see the standard Sony sort of interface. I'm on superior auto. If I get into normal over here, I should be able to go into settings and take a look at the image resolution. I get a total of 13 megapixels. I have lots of things: smile shutter, exposure value, white balance, ISO, metering, image stabilization. All those things are available on the device. Okay, so here's the absolute cool thing about the ZR. It is water resistant, so I'm going to be dropping some water on here. But as you can see, it is a capacitive screen and it does start to work on its own underwater, but you can still touch it. You can see the water is affecting it a lot, but it's completely drenched in water and I'm not worried about it because it is a completely sealed device. So it doesn't work underwater, and that's something that you guys need to be aware of. That's why they've given a dedicated camera shutter button. So if I want to pull out the camera, I can still do that. I can dunk it in water, I can play around with it, and it still seems to be working just fine. There you go, guys. This is a quick hands-on with the Xperia ZR or the ZR, depending on where you are. Oh, that kind of rhymes. Price about 30,000 rupees or $550 outright unlocked. And it is a water-resistant, waterproof phone. And I'll be looking at it in some time, checking out gaming, benchmarks and specifications, unboxing, etc. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions, queries, do drop them in the comment section below. Check us out on iGyaan.in, catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. And how's the background music treating you guys? I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.